15 modifications that will change your car forever once. An old car tuner with greasy hands and experience carved into every wrinkle of his face told me something I'll never forget. Most people spend thousands on pointless things that destroy their engines. But the right modifications make your car feel new for years. At first, I thought he was exaggerating. But then I saw an old sedan with over 500,000 miles on it, and the engine was still running like clockwork. That day I realized, not everything that shines in the world of modifications is gold. But there are a few upgrades that can completely transform a car's life. Today, you're going to learn 15 modifications that will give your car more power, more reliability, and fewer trips to the shop. Stick around until the end, because the last ones are the ones you'll regret not knowing sooner. Number 15. High-performance air. Filter air is like the oxygen you breathe. If your engine can't inhale properly, it will never perform at its best. Stock filters are designed for balance between cost, emissions, and durability. But performance filters let the engine breathe with less restriction. I'm not talking about the cheap filters you find at any auto store that let in more dust than clean air. Good filters use special materials that trap fine particles without blocking airflow. The result: more efficient combustion, a stronger sound, and sometimes even slightly lower fuel consumption. Unlike useless accessories, these actually help your engine, not hurt it. But go too cheap, and you'll end up with more dirt in your intake than on a smoker's carpet. Number 14. ECU remapping. Now we're entering tricky territory. A bad tune can turn your car into a nightmare. The ECU is the brain of the engine. From the factory, it's programmed conservatively so the car can run anywhere in the world and pass all emissions rules. But when a specialist remaps it, they can fine-tune the air-fuel ratio, ignition timing, and throttle response. The results are often amazing. More power, more torque, sharper response, but only let a professional do it. Forget the tuning maps from the internet. I've seen engines with bent rods and destroyed turbos because of them. Done right, even an ordinary car reacts to your right foot like it's alive. Number 13. Performance exhaust system. The exhaust isn't just noise, it's how the engine releases burned energy. The freer the gases flow, the better the engine performs. A performance exhaust reduces back pressure, meaning more power and faster throttle response. But there's a thin line between a good system and a cheap tin can sound. The Japanese perfected systems that sound sporty, but never annoying. Elsewhere, people think louder equals faster. The key is proper design, tuned headers, and a well-balanced muffler. A good exhaust also lowers engine temperature and extends component life. That's not magic, that's physics. Number 12. Cold air intake. Many confuse this with a better air filter, but it's different. A cold air intake pulls in air from outside the engine bay, where it's cooler and denser. Cooler air, more oxygen, stronger combustion. The result? Noticeably more power and better throttle response. But be careful. Poorly designed systems suck in hot air from the engine bay, making things worse. Good ones are insulated and draw air directly from outside. You won't get turbo level boost, but you'll feel the difference, especially in naturally aspirated engines. Number 11. Lightweight pulley kit, a hidden gem among enthusiasts. Stock engines often have heavy pulleys that drive accessories like the alternator and power steering. Lighter pulleys reduce rotational drag, freeing up hidden power. No, it's not a 100 HP jump, but the car feels more responsive, like taking off a 20-pound backpack. Use high-quality parts only. Cheap ones can cause vibration. Done right, this small mod completely changes your driving feel. These first 5 mods are like vitamins for the engine, not cheap steroids. And if you already feel a difference now, wait until you see the deep upgrades that turn drivers into real enthusiasts. Number 10. High-performance spark plugs and coils. If your car misfires or hesitates during acceleration, weak ignition is often the culprit. Spark plugs are the heartbeats of your engine. They ignite the air-fuel mix. Iridium or platinum plugs create a stronger, cleaner spark, last longer, and reduce deposits. Combined with high-performance ignition coils, you get cleaner combustion, fewer misfires, and better fuel efficiency. The best part: this mod is cheap and easy to do yourself. Avoid discount store parts. They cause more trouble than they're worth. Number 9. Performance camshaft. The Camshaft decides when valves open and close. It's the engine's conductor. A performance cam changes timing to let in more air and fuel. That means more torque, more power, and a meaner sound. But it's not for beginners. It needs precise installation and often ECU or exhaust adjustments. Done right, it turns an average engine into a thrilling experience with every press of the pedal. Number 8. Oil catch. Can a small but brilliant trick. Over time, oil vapor sneaks into the intake, causing deposits. An oil catch can trap that vapor before it reaches the intake. Result: cleaner air, fewer deposits, longer engine life. It's cheap, easy to install, and just needs regular emptying. Manufacturers often skip it intentionally. They'd rather have your engine wear out faster so you come back for repairs. Number 7. Aluminum radiator heat is the silent killer of engines. Overheating has destroyed more engines than accidents ever have. An aluminum radiator dissipates heat better than plastic or copper, weighs less, and lasts longer. It keeps operating temps lower, protects oil and parts, and literally adds years to your engine's life. A good radiator is like life insurance for your motor. Number 6. Turbo timer or boost controller. If you drive a turbo car, listen closely. Your turbo spins insanely fast and gets scorching hot. A boost controller limits pressure to prevent damage, and a turbo timer keeps the engine running briefly after shutdown to let it cool. Turning off right after a hard drive is a fatal mistake, like collapsing after a marathon. These small devices can save you thousands of dollars, and they're not luxury, they're protection. Number 5. High-performance fuel injectors and pump one of the most underrated areas. Injectors spray the fuel. The pump keeps the pressure. When either fails, the engine loses power and runs rough. Quality injectors atomize fuel more finely. Cleaner burn, better economy, fewer deposits. A strong pump ensures stable pressure every mile. You might not see it, but your engine feels it every second. Number 4. High-performance intercooler. Cold air is the best air for any engine. The intercooler cools compressed air from the turbo before it enters the cylinders. A larger, more efficient one drops intake temps dramatically. More power, less knock, longer life. Many think it's just for racing, but it's one of the smartest upgrades for any turbocharged engine. Number 3. Adjustable coilover. Suspension people often think it's just for looks. But a good coilover setup means control. Over time, stock suspensions sag and lose precision, which wears out tires and brakes too. Adjustable suspension lets you tune your ride, soft and comfy in the city, firm and stable on the highway, properly adjusted. It's not just a style upgrade, it's a safety and longevity boost. Number 2, performance brakes more power means nothing if you can't stop it. Stock brakes are made for average drivers. Under heavy use, they overheat quickly. A set of ventilated rotors, performance pads, and stronger calipers shortens stopping distance and boosts confidence. People call it a luxury, but it's one of the smartest investments you can make. Once you feel real brakes, you'll never go back. Number 1, professionally installed forced induction, turbo or supercharger, the king of all modifications. A turbo or supercharger can turn a normal car into a beast. More power, instant response, pure emotion, but only if done right, with tuned ECU, matched injectors, intercooler, and exhaust. Cheap internet kits destroy more engines than they build. Professionally installed, forced induction can actually protect the engine because it runs more efficiently. Yes, it's expensive, but the difference is so dramatic, you'll never want to drive a stock car again. These 15 modifications aren't empty promises. They're proven upgrades that make your car stronger, longer lasting, and more reliable. Some are simple, others take skill, but all share one goal: a car that lives forever. So tell me in the comments, which of these modifications would you do first? Have you already tried any of them? Like and subscribe, because this isn't about short-lived trends, it's about cars that become immortal in your hands.